A homemade sugar waffle cone is already hard to beat, but what happens when you add black cocoa and give it that deep, dark, almost Oreo cookie flavor? Let's make some chocolate waffle cones and find out. Hi, I'm Maria, and I've spent many years refining simple recipes so they actually work with better ingredients. The secret is replacing some of the flour with cocoa, not simply adding cocoa to the original recipe. And this is because cocoa absorbs moisture, so adding it on top of the flour would make the batter too thick and could leave the finished cones a little dry and brittle. This is a chocolate variation of my original homemade waffle cone recipe, which I'll link below. While we're making the batter, preheat your waffle cone maker according to your manufacturer's instruction. I'm using this waffle cone maker. It's simple, relatively inexpensive, and if you make homemade ice cream often, it's a great tool to have. I'll link this one below. In a medium bowl, add 2 egg whites and half a cup of sugar. I'm using organic cane sugar for these waffle cones, and this is because sugar affects texture. I've tested with other zero sugar varieties, and for waffle cones, you cannot match the superior texture that sugar provides. Mix until smooth and frothy. Next, we'll add 3 tablespoons melted butter, a 1/4 cup whole milk, half a teaspoon vanilla extract or paste, and 1/8 of a teaspoon of sea salt, and mix that all together. We're adding 6 tablespoons all-purpose flour, 1 tablespoon Dutch processed cocoa for a rich, rounded chocolate flavor, and 1 tablespoon black cocoa, which will give it that deep, dark Oreo-like flavor. Mix everything together until all the flours are well incorporated into the batter. The batter should be thin enough to spread easily in the waffle cone maker. If it thickens as it sits, add 1 teaspoon of milk if needed. You don't want to overcorrect and make it runny. Black cocoa is absorbent, so a small adjustment may be needed. I didn't need to add any to this batch. Once your waffle cone maker is heated, lightly grease the surface if needed. I'm using avocado oil. Add about 2 tablespoons of the batter to the center. Close the lid and gently press down to help the batter spread into a thin, even circle. You can't rely on the color to tell when they're done. Instead, look for a surface that appears dry and matte with edges that feel set. I checked mine at 60 seconds, but they were ready at about 90 seconds. The exact timing may vary depending on your machine. Gently loosen the edges with a heat-safe spatula. And make sure your cone roller and cooling area are already prepared, because once the wafer leaves the machine, you need to move quickly. While the wafer is still hot and flexible, wrap it around the cone roller and gently press the seam to seal it. Gently pinch the tip closed so that melting ice cream can't drip through. You only have about 10 to 15 seconds before the cone begins to harden, so this part moves fast. It may take 1 or 2 cones to get the feel for it, and that's completely normal. Place the finished cone seam side down and let it cool completely. It will continue to crisp as it cools. Once the cones are completely cool, store them in an airtight container at room temperature. If humidity softens them, place them in a 250-degree oven for 5 to 8 minutes and then let them cool again. And that's assuming they last more than a day or 2. You should be able to get about 6 cones with this batch. I actually got 7. And this is exactly what I was hoping for: a thin, crisp waffle cone with a deep chocolate flavor and that dark, almost Oreo cookie finish from the black cocoa. Now I want to know, what ice cream flavor would you put in this dark chocolate cone? Mint chocolate chip, vanilla, cookies and cream, or something completely different? Leave your dream pairing below, and I may use one of your ideas in a future video. And of course, every waffle cone needs ice cream. I have an entire playlist of easy homemade ice cream recipes with simple ingredients that only take about 30 minutes, and I'll link it right here. If you enjoyed this video, hit like and subscribe so you don't miss the next recipe. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.